My friend, listen closely. Something big is coming. In just a few hours, someone's life is going to change forever. Not next week, not tomorrow, but tonight, before the stars fade and the morning breaks. This isn't just another story you'll scroll past. This is about someone you can't ignore, someone whose heartbeat matters to you, even if you don't realize it yet. Who is this person? What's about to happen to them? And why does it feel like the air around you is heavy with secrets? I'm not here to scare you. I'm here to wake you up. Because what's unfolding isn't random. It's not an accident, not a twist of fate. It's something deeper, something that will grip your heart and make you see life differently. So, stay with me. Give me your next few minutes. Because I'm about to take you to a truth you need to hear. Right now, as you're watching this, someone is living their final hours as they know them. They're awake, moving through their day like it's any other. Maybe they're stirring sugar into their coffee, checking their phone for messages, or humming along to a song they love. The world around them feels safe, familiar. The clock ticks softly in the background, unnoticed. Sunlight spills through their window, painting their face with warmth. They're thinking about small things, maybe a bill to pay, a friend to call, or a trip they've been dreaming about. They don't know it yet, but their story is about to turn. In just 3 hours, everything they thought was certain will unravel. Not because of chance. Not because of bad luck. But because of something planned, something hidden, something no one would ever suspect. This person isn't a stranger. They're not just another face in the crowd. Maybe they're someone you see every day, the neighbor who waves as you pass by, the coworker who always shares their lunch, or the friend who checks in when you're quiet. Or maybe they're closer, tied to you by blood, by love, by memories you can't shake. Their heart is still beating, strong and steady. Their smile still lights up the room. But what's coming for them isn't what it seems. The world will call it a tragedy. They'll whisper it was sudden, unexpected, unavoidable. But I see what's hidden. I see the shadows moving behind closed doors. And I'm here to tell you the truth. Because this ending isn't written by fate. It's written by choices, choices made in secret, in quiet corners, in moments no one else saw. Let me take you there, right now, to this very moment. Picture a small house at the end of a quiet street. The kind of place where the grass is a little overgrown, but the flowers by the doorstep bloom bright. The porch creaks under familiar steps. Inside, this person is sitting at their kitchen table. A plate of toast sits half-eaten, crumbs scattered like tiny stars. A radio hums in the background, playing an old song that makes them smile. They're flipping through a notebook, scribbling a list, maybe groceries, maybe dreams they still hold close. They're at peace, unaware. The world feels kind to them right now. They trust the people around them. They believe in the love they've been shown. But what they don't see is the truth lurking just out of sight. A truth that's been set in motion, counting down like a clock. In 3 hours, their laughter will fade. Their plans will dissolve. Their breath will catch, and the world will shift. But this isn't what you think. This isn't a story of sickness or bad fortune. This is a story of betrayal. Yes, betrayal. Because the hands that poured their coffee this morning weren't kind. The smiles that greeted them weren't real. The words they heard, "I love you, I'm here for you," were hollow. Someone close to them, someone they trusted with their heart, has been weaving a plan. A plan so careful, so quiet, that no one would suspect, not the neighbors, not their friends, not even you. But I see it. I see the truth they've buried. And I'm here to pull back the curtain. This person, this soul you can't turn away from, is someone ordinary yet extraordinary. They're the one who always shows up, who gives without expecting anything back. Maybe it's the father who stayed up late to help with homework, even when he was exhausted. Maybe it's the grandmother who knit scarves for everyone in the neighborhood, her fingers slow but her heart full. Maybe it's the friend who listens when the world feels too heavy, never judging, always there. They're not perfect, no one is, but their heart is good. They've lived quietly, loved deeply, and trusted fully. And that trust is what's about to break them. Because the ones they hold closest have turned against them. Not with shouts or fights, but with something far worse. Something silent. Something deadly. Let me paint the scene for you. As they sit at that table, the clock ticking softly, something is already at work. It's not a loud danger, not a storm or a crash. It's subtle, invisible, moving through their veins. A choice was made this morning, disguised as care. A cup was handed to them, a meal was shared, a moment was staged. But it wasn't love in that cup. It wasn't kindness in that meal. It was something else, something crafted to end their story before the day is done. And the ones who did this? They're not strangers. They're not enemies from a distance. They're the ones who share their table, their home, their memories. The ones who call them family. Why would they do this? What could drive someone to betray their own? It's not always hate that fuels these choices. Sometimes it's want for money, for power, for something they think this person is holding back. Maybe it's a small inheritance, a piece of land, a savings account tucked away in a drawer. Maybe it's envy, burning quietly for years, growing stronger with every kind word this person received. Maybe it's a secret they're afraid this person might share, a truth they want to keep buried. Whatever it is, it's enough for them to plan this moment. To smile while they lie. To hug while they deceive. To watch as the clock ticks closer to the end. But here's where the story shifts, my friend. This isn't the ending they planned. Because while they plot in shadows, there's a light they can't see. While they whisper their schemes, there's a voice they can't silence. I see what they've done. I know what they've planned. And I'm not finished with this story yet. This person, this soul you can't ignore, is still in my hands. Their heart may be slowing, their breath may be fading, but my purpose for them is alive. And I'm about to move in a way that no one expects. Let me take you deeper into this moment. Picture this person standing up from their table. They stretch, yawn, and walk to the window. Outside, the world looks peaceful. Kids ride bikes down the street. a dog barks in the distance, the sky is painted with soft pinks and oranges. They have no idea what's coming. No clue that the ones they love most are counting down the minutes. But I see it all. I see the hands that poured the poison. I see the eyes that avoided theirs. I see the hearts that hardened against them. And I'm here to tell you that this isn't the final word. Because what they meant for harm, I will turn to good. What they planned for destruction, I will use for redemption. You might be wondering, who is this person? Why does their story matter so much? Let me tell you. They're not just a name or a face. They're the one who's been a light in the dark for someone else. The one who gave when they had nothing left to give. The one who loved when it wasn't easy. Maybe it's the uncle who slipped you a few dollars when you were a kid, telling you to buy something fun. Maybe it's the teacher who saw your potential when no one else did, pushing you to keep going. Maybe it's the parent who prayed for you every night, even when you were too far away to know. Their life has touched yours, even if you can't see it yet. And that's why you're hearing this now. That's why this story is on your screen, pulling at your heart, stirring your soul. But the truth is bigger than their betrayal. The truth is that I'm still writing this story. The ones who planned this thought they were in control. They thought their secret was safe, their hands clean. But no secret is hidden from me. No plan escapes my sight. And I'm about to turn this story around. Because while they plotted an ending, I'm preparing a beginning. While they whispered of death, I'm speaking of life. This person's heart may falter, but my hand is steady. Their breath may weaken, but my promise is strong. Let's pause for a moment, because I want you to feel this. Think about your own life. Have you ever trusted someone, only to find out they weren't who you thought? Have you ever given your heart, only to have it broken? Maybe it was a friend who turned their back when you needed them most. Maybe it was a family member who chose their own gain over your trust. Maybe it was a moment when you felt alone, betrayed, wondering if anyone saw your pain. I see it. I see every tear you've cried, every wound you've carried, every scar you've hidden. And I'm here to tell you that your story isn't over either. Just like this person's story isn't over, yours is still being written. Let me share a story with you, something to make this real. A few years ago, there was a woman named Sarah. She was the kind of person who lit up every room, always laughing, always helping, always giving. She had a brother, someone she trusted with everything. They grew up together, shared secrets, leaned on each other through hard times. But what Sarah didn't know was that her brother had changed. He'd grown bitter, jealous of her small successes, a house she'd bought, a job she loved. He started to resent her, quietly at first, then with a plan. He convinced her to sign papers, saying it was for their family's future. But it wasn't. It was a way to take what she'd worked for, to leave her with nothing. When Sarah found out, it broke her. She felt betrayed, alone, like the world had turned against her. But that wasn't the end of her story. Because in her darkest moment, when she thought she'd lost everything, something shifted. A friend showed up, unannounced, with a lead on a new job. A stranger offered help, out of the blue, to fix what her brother had done. And slowly, piece by piece, Sarah rebuilt her life, stronger, wiser, brighter than before. That's what I do. I take what's broken and make it whole. I take what's meant for harm and turn it into hope. Now, let's go back to the person in our story. They're still at that window, watching the world go by. The clock is still ticking, closer now to the moment the betrayers planned. But I'm not absent. My eyes are on them, my hand is over them, my plan is for them. And something is about to happen that no one saw coming. In the next hour, as the minutes slip away, the plan they thought was perfect begins to crack. Maybe it's a neighbor who knocks on the door, feeling something's wrong. Maybe it's a phone call from an old friend, interrupting the silence. Maybe it's a sudden moment of clarity, a spark of strength that pulls this person back from the edge. Whatever it is, it's my hand at work. It's my voice breaking through the darkness. It's my love refusing to let go. Let me tell you more about what's happening behind the scenes. The ones who planned this betrayal, they're confident, too confident. They're sitting together now, maybe in another room, maybe across town. They're whispering, checking the time, thinking their plan is airtight. They've rehearsed their story, practiced their tears, prepared their alibis. They think no one will suspect them. They think the world will see a tragedy and move on. But they forgot one thing. They forgot me. I see the conversations they had in secret. I hear the words they spoke when no one else was listening. I know the truth they tried to bury. And truth has a way of rising, no matter how deep you try to hide it. Let's imagine another scene, because I want you to see how this unfolds. Picture the person in our story starting to feel something, a strange heaviness, a flutter in their chest. They pause, confused, but they brush it off. They tell themselves it's nothing, just a long day, just stress. They sit back down, sip their water, try to focus on the notebook in front of them. But something's not right. And that's when it happens. A knock at the door, sharp and unexpected. It's a neighbor, someone who barely knows them but felt a pull to check in. I was just passing by, the neighbor says, but I thought I'd see how you're doing. They talk for a moment, and the neighbor notices something, their pale face, their unsteady hands. Without hesitation, the neighbor insists on calling for help. And in that moment, the plan begins to unravel. Because I sent that neighbor. I stirred their heart. I moved their feet to that door. Now, let's talk about the betrayers. They're starting to feel it too, a nervous twitch, a flicker of doubt. They didn't expect this. They didn't plan for an interruption. They thought their timing was perfect, their secret safe. But as the neighbor calls for help, as the ambulance arrives, as the truth starts to surface, their confidence crumbles. They try to act normal, to blend in with the crowd that gathers. They offer fake concern, practice tears. But inside, their hearts are racing. Because they know I see them. They know the truth is coming. And it will come. Not with loud accusations or dramatic confrontations, but with quiet clarity. Maybe it's a doctor who notices something unusual in a test. Maybe it's a friend who remembers a strange comment from weeks ago. Maybe it's a piece of evidence, overlooked, that finds its way to the right hands. Whatever it is, the truth will rise. The betrayers will face what they've done, not because I want their destruction, but because justice is part of my nature. Their lies will unravel. Their smiles will fade. And they'll carry the weight of their choices, a weight heavier than they ever imagined. But this story isn't about their punishment. It's about redemption. It's about the person who was meant to fall but will rise instead. It's about the life that was meant to end but will shine even brighter. Because I'm not done with them yet. Their story isn't over. Their purpose is still unfolding. And I'm here to make sure it does. Let me take you to another moment, because I want you to see the bigger picture. Think about a time in your own life when everything felt lost. Maybe it was a job you loved, taken away without warning. Maybe it was a relationship you thought would last forever, shattered in a moment. Maybe it was a dream you held close, crushed by circumstances you couldn't control. I was there. I saw every tear, felt every ache, heard every prayer you whispered in the dark. And I didn't leave you then. I brought you through. Maybe it was a new opportunity that came just when you needed it. Maybe it was a stranger who showed you kindness when you felt invisible. Maybe it was a quiet strength that grew inside you, pushing you to keep going. That was me. That was my hand, my love, my promise at work in your life. Let me tell you another story, because stories make truth come alive. There was a young man named Daniel. He grew up in a small town, raised by a single mother who worked 2 jobs to keep food on the table. Daniel was bright, full of dreams, but life wasn't easy. When he was in high school, his best friend, someone he called a brother, betrayed him. They'd planned to start a business together, something small but theirs. Daniel poured his savings into it, trusted his friend with everything. But his friend took the money, disappeared, and left Daniel with nothing but debt and a broken heart. For months, Daniel felt like giving up. He questioned everyone, trusted no one, wondered if his dreams were worth chasing. But one day, a teacher noticed his talent for fixing things, cars, computers, anything broken. She connected him with a local mechanic who needed an apprentice. That job turned into a passion, then a business, then a life Daniel never imagined. Today, he's helping kids like him, teaching them skills, giving them hope. What his friend meant for harm, I turned into good. What was meant to break him, I used to build him stronger. Now, let's add another layer to this, because betrayal isn't always about money or secrets. Sometimes it's about love, or the lack of it. Let me tell you about Maria, a woman who poured her heart into her family. She was a mother of 3, always putting her kids first, always sacrificing her own dreams to see them thrive. But as her children grew, one of them turned cold. Her eldest son, someone she'd raised with every ounce of her love, started to resent her. He saw her sacrifices as weakness, her kindness as something to exploit. He began manipulating her, taking money she didn't have, lying about where it went. And when she finally stood up to him, he cut her off, not just from his life, but from the family she'd built. Maria felt like she'd lost everything. Her heart was broken, her trust shattered. But in that pain, something beautiful happened. Her other children rallied around her, reminded her of her worth. A community group she'd once volunteered for reached out, offering her a role that reignited her passion. And slowly, Maria found her strength again. What her son meant to destroy, I used to rebuild her. What was meant to isolate her, I turned into a new family of support. This is what I do, my friend. I take the broken pieces and make them whole. I take the pain of betrayal and turn it into a path of purpose. And that's what's happening in this story too. The person at the center, they're still here, still breathing, still holding on. The ambulance has arrived, and help is on the way. The neighbor's quick thinking, that knock on the door, has changed everything. The doctors are working, the truth is surfacing, and the betrayers are starting to feel the walls closing in. But this person, this soul you can't ignore, is stronger than they know. Because my strength is in them. My love is around them. My plan is for them. Let's go deeper still. Imagine the hospital room now, the soft hum of machines, the quiet voices of doctors. The person lies there, weak but alive, their eyes fluttering open. They're starting to understand what happened, not the full truth yet, but enough to know something was wrong. And in that moment, they feel something else. A warmth, a peace, a sense that they're not alone. That's me. That's my presence, wrapping around them like a shield. I'm whispering to their heart, telling them to hold on, to trust, to believe that this isn't the end. And the betrayers? They're unraveling now, faster than they expected. Their plan is falling apart, piece by piece. Maybe it's a doctor who notices something off in the tests, a trace of something that shouldn't be there. Maybe it's a friend who recalls a strange moment, a comment that didn't sit right. Maybe it's a forgotten detail, a receipt, a message, a witness who saw something they shouldn't have. Whatever it is, their secret isn't safe anymore. They're starting to panic, their voices trembling as they try to keep up the act. But the truth is louder than their lies. It's stronger than their plans. And it's coming to light, because I won't let darkness win. This story, my friend, is about more than one person. It's about the power of truth, the strength of love, the promise of redemption. It's about knowing that no matter what comes against you, no matter who turns away, no matter what schemes are whispered in the dark, I am with you. I am for you. And I am bigger than any plan, stronger than any betrayal, greater than any pain. Let me bring this home for you. Think about the people in your life who've let you down. Maybe it was a coworker who took credit for your work. Maybe it was a friend who disappeared when you needed them most. Maybe it was a family member who broke a promise you thought was unbreakable. Those moments hurt, don't they? They leave scars, doubts, questions about who you can trust. But I see every one of those moments. I feel the weight you carry, the pain you don't always share. And I'm telling you, those moments don't define you. They don't end you. They're part of your story, but they're not the final chapter. I want you to imagine something with me. Picture yourself standing at a crossroads. Behind you is every betrayal, every hurt, every time you felt alone. In front of you is a path, open, bright, full of possibility. That path is yours, and I'm walking it with you. Every step you take, I'm there. Every time you stumble, I'm lifting you up. Every time you feel lost, I'm guiding you forward. Because your story isn't over. Your purpose is still alive. And I'm writing the next chapter, just like I'm writing this one. So, lift your eyes, my friend. Open your heart. Let hope rise again. The clock is still ticking, but it's ticking toward redemption. It's ticking toward truth. It's ticking toward a new beginning that no one saw coming. And I'm the one writing it. Stay with me. The best is yet to come.